about them. So you discriminate. You think certain people have rights while other people, you throw them in the garbage. You treat them worse than animals.
All right, so I'm out here in Atlanta at the No Kings protest. You can see the cops behind me, people moving to the march up MLK to the Capitol building. So essentially, I came out here to speak to all the different types of people who are represented out here, to see what brought them out here, why are they protesting, and what has, activated them or motivated them so strongly. This is No Kings 3. Here's the facts. What brings you out here today, Miles?
So I'm a community organizer with the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and we're out here on No King's Day along with millions of people across the United States because we oppose Trump's war at home here in the United States, and we oppose Trump's war abroad against Iran, against Venezuela, against the people of Cuba. And we're here to build, we're here to organize, and we're here to kind of build a fight back against the billionaire agenda that Trump represents. And so today is really like the first step. We see that unions, community organizations, progressive organizations around the United States are actually calling for May Day, May 1st, to be a day of general strike. So meaning, no work, no school, no business as usual. Because at the end of the day, we know that that's what it's going to take to be a serious deterrent and to defeat Trump and these racist attacks on our community members in the immigrant community, as well as the whole global South that he's starting wars against. So that's kind of why we're here right now.
I know people like to make the slogan of it's not left or right, Republican or Democrat, but it is. That's a large part of it, but it's also the rich and the poor, or the rich and the middle class. It's every such thing that the Democrats refuse to acknowledge and ignore that they should. Because how can we make this country better if we're not united, but they're united with the people who are trying to oppress us as well?
Very similar, I think we need to get money out of politics, and that the Democrats need to stop backing down and caving to the Republicans and stop throwing minority communities under the bus, because that's what they keep doing. They keep throwing immigrants under the bus, trans people under the bus, gay people under the bus, people like Gavin Newsom who are willing to side with Republican people to get to more central people, and we've seen time and time again that doesn't work.
I have a interesting history when it comes to protests. Like when I was younger, I didn't think I needed to do stuff like this. I didn't think I needed to come out and, get my shoes dirty in the mud or the grass or whatever and hold signs or make signs in the first place or do the chants or, sing the songs, etc. To me, it felt like a bunch of noise that doesn't accomplish anything. But I think the more I started to do it in my late 20s into my 30s now, the more I see the merit in it, right? Not only did our ancestors do this all the time and achieve, direct concessions from our elected officials by doing so, but there's value in community, right? Like there's value in us coming together with one unified cause all over the country in all these pockets in all these major cities, to let it be known that we won't take this lying down, that we won't just allow a fascist regime to steamroll us.
We have animal cruelty laws while at the same time children are being torn limb from limb when they're living and growing and developing in the first months of life. In the one place that everybody needs to live in as part of the normal process of growing as a human. Stop the violence against preborn children.
And while they place those ideals in our documents, we have always had to fight for them. When they said we the people, they didn't include me.
I look like ice banging at doors.
Recording at protests is tricky because the announcers got speakers. Rita's a little soft-spoken, so I'm going to try to channel her energy because what she had to say about the Save America Act was crucial.
Everything that people worked for,
died for, cried for is at stake. We literally are walking on the blood of our ancestors who died so we'd have a right to vote. So I'm here because we must have the right to vote. We must have our civil liberties. And everything is up for grabs now because this democracy is falling apart.
As we know that real organizing happens in the real world. Like there's only so much that Instagram, social media can do. Yes, it's an important use for working class people because it's an opportunity for them to have their voice. But at the end of the day, we want to reach people that are in motion. So the people that are out here right now, they're looking for something new. They're looking for something different. I mean, we've seen over the last year plus, Trump and the billionaire, agenda attacking working class communities all over the United States. And so people are out here today to fight back. And so we need to be here. We need to talk to them. We need to draw them to the correct conclusions that we need to fight back. We need to build for a general strike. And at the end of the day, we need a new system, a system that actually meets people's needs as opposed to the war machine, as opposed to the system we have right now, which is capitalism, which is essentially a system run by billionaires for their billionaires to make profits. I mean, that's the end of the day what we're really talking about. So it's important to be out in person because these are the people who are like ready to get organized, right? And that's who we need to be talking to.
We are protesting against the Trump administration more broadly, but also that we need to understand that this is not just a war on the working class, but they are funneling taxpayer money into the war abroad. We have to be clear in that we have to say no to the war on Iran. We have to say no to the blockade on Cuba. And we have to say no to ICE terror in our streets. Because our administration is currently working for billionaire interests, not for working class interests. And the power truly is with the people. Thousands, millions of people across the country are out here today, and they need to continue to come out. And so what a lot of people have been talking about today as well is that community organizations and unions across the South are asking that on May Day, we have a general strike to strike against war, to strike against ICE in our streets, and to demand that our money go towards funding our needs. We need money for education, for healthcare, for jobs programs, for housing. We don't need $200 billion going to war. It's the most unpopular war in U.S. history.
Any parting thoughts for people who aren't at this No Kings protest and, might want to help out?
Try to find some way to engage in collective bargaining, form a coalition with your local communities, come together, do better for each other, with each other, protect women, protect trans kids, obviously. Do better for the community at large.
We need people to get organized in whatever fashion that means. The power truly is with the people, and working class people, if we decide to strike, if we decide to shut it down, that's when we can secure real wins for us and claw back the rights that they're trying to strip away from us actively right now.
And I think if I had to give my takeaways on this whole experience, it's just that we have to do something. You know what I'm saying? There's been action after action after action that's really aggressive. Anybody who's underrepresented, anybody who's a minority group in this country has been directly attacked by this administration. And we have to take action like this in order to help roll some of that back.
You can go onto our Instagram, PSL Atlanta, or if you're more broadly like PSL National. You can come see us at the Atlanta Liberation Center. It's a community organizing space where we have, public forums, educationals, things like that. We're also doing volunteering events. We're doing a lot of outreach right now against the war on Iran, where we're spending tens of billions of dollars. Trump wants to spend another $200 billion on top of the $1.5 trillion military budget. So we're doing outreach with volunteers all over Atlanta, all over Georgia.
Find people who are within your communities, rely on each other, and try to keep getting out as much as you can and stay safe.